Welcome to this episode of the Sneaker Principal Podcast. My name is Uche Njoku, and I'm coming to you from Rome, New York, where I'm here for our statewide district support PD. I'm here with a couple of my teachers from my team, and I have a little bit of time before I have to head out to the actual program for today. But before I leave, I wanted to make this video, this audio recording. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm going to put it out there right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this, but it's something that I've been thinking about from various conversations I've had recently, specifically from leaders who are questioning their current roles and what's next for them. And particularly one I had last week with, actually the previous week. No, it was last week. I'm sorry. It was last week, last Friday, with a phenomenal assistant principal who is questioning a lot of things in their career and whether or not it's time for them to move on to something more challenging or something that allows them to grow exponentially. You know when you're stuck and you're in a position where you're like, okay, I've been doing this for a while, and you start to wonder what is next, what is out there for me. So I have some bullet points of notes that I want to share with you quickly that I hope will help you, if you're in that same position, really think through your next steps or even your present circumstance. Number one is fear. I'm not going to do the whole fear is evidence appearing real. No, I'm not going to do that. But sometimes you need to understand whether fear is scared, or if it's uncertainty creeping in. And what I mean by that is when you get to a point where you're no longer trying to prove yourself, you know what you know, the system can't control you because you've been in it, you understand it, and in spite of it, you've been successful, and you know what you can do. You start to realize that the system was never created with you in mind. The system was created to keep the system moving forward. So if you are skilled and you know you have the abilities that's needed to do this work at a high level, it becomes scary. You start asking yourself, what are people going to think? Are they going to think that I think I'm too good, or that I'm better than them? Or even worse, I'm too good for the system. These are things that come into mind, and you might not even realize it, but it becomes scary. You start to ask yourself, like, listen, I don't want to become a pariah. I don't want to become this thing that people point their fingers to. But you have to recognize if you're in that position. Because when you understand where you are and you start to operate from a place of clarity, not compliance, power dynamics shift. The one thing about leadership that we don't really talk about is the word power. Because it's this thing that people assume is a bad thing, power. They think they're power hungry. But power is energy. And power can be used for good. It can also be used for bad. The same fire that will warm you is the same fire that will burn your house down. But you have to understand where you're coming from. What is this power that you have? And what is it that you're using it for? See, most systems are built on people needing the title. I need the position. I need the approval. I need to climb that ladder. But when you're clear about who you are and what your purpose is and what the work is, those things don't matter. Many years ago, I used to have in my office, when I first became assistant principal, that leadership is not title, it's action. What is it that you're doing? For who are you doing it for? Those are the things that we have to lean back against. There's a point that you reach as you're growing as a leader where you can say, I'm good. Think about that. When you can truly say, I'm good. Not that I'm good because you're hiding the fact that you're not good, but you're good because you know, I'm good. I'm good with who I am. I'm good at what I do. I'm good with the direction that I'm moving in. The problem with those words, I'm good, is that it makes a lot of people uncomfortable because they stop seeing you as predictable. One more time, when you're truly good, people around you, leadership around you, the system have a hard time with that because you become unpredictable. And the thing about it is that unpredictability, it shakes things up. It truly does. Remember, when you're good, you're not trying to be difficult. You're not trying to flip tables and become a pariah or someone that's difficult to work with. But you do become disruptive. Because true independence in thinking, in action, and understanding, and truly serving your community, especially when you're in a system that tends to be a political space, you have to watch your back and be political. It is disruptive. It moves people's cheese. It's a great book from years ago when I was in sales that I read, Who Moved My Cheese? People like to be comfortable. And when you make them uncomfortable, it disrupts things. But I'm going to tell you this, disruption is important. Disruption has been at the onset of every revolution on the planet. I'm not saying that you're going to go out there and lead the next civil rights movement. But your disruption, your disruptiveness, your being good, your being independent in thought, mind, and body, allows you to be a greater servant to the children that you serve, to the community that you serve, and to yourself. You can't be leveraged if you can't be boxed in. People will always try to leverage you. They're going to try to find ways to make offerings to you to keep you within the realm of what they want for you. But when you can't be leveraged, you cannot be boxed in. And when you cannot be boxed in, the world is wide open for you. Opportunities become abound. Because the reality is game recognized game, real recognized real. When you're good at what you do and you're truly authentic, people will see it. The right people will see it. And you will be approached. And you will know that you're not being approached to be leveraged or to be boxed in, but rather to be freed to do what you do best. So if you're a principal, a teacher leader, assistant principal, or just an educator wrestling with whether or not to stay or go, remember this. Sometimes your peace, your power, and your purpose lives outside the box that's built for you. Uche Njoku, Sneaker Principal. Till next time.